perfect conditions for the Farmers League to continue and to flourish. Every single game, Bayern Munich get an easy game. They don't have to work hard. They're not the highest pressing team in Europe. They don't show the most tackling energy and cover the most ground in all of the Bundesliga. No. It's easy for them. Hello everyone, welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. But today's a good video because I want to talk about how teams can actually beat Bayern. Based off the top 5 teams that I picked to be the hardest for us. So we're starting from number 5, Napoli. Napoli under Gattuso play exactly the opposite style that they were doing under Mauricio Sarri. Oh, I want to cry, Sarri. So they're actually not a very attacking team. They prefer to sit deep 4-4-2 and hit teams on the break. So you think they can hit us on the break and sit back. But first of all, they'd have to make sure they don't concede. But secondly, no, there's really no conceding of counterattacks with Bayern, is there? Because we have Manuel Neuer, we have Alphonso Davies, players that if you had a long ball in behind, they'd be able to deal with it. We have a lot of athleticism and physicality. So I doubt a team like Napoli would just whack more balls than Pride Festival. Oh my God, no, he did not make that joke. Seriously though, I'm thinking about it and there's no way we concede to a counterattacking team. That's why a lot of people say, oh, we'll concede to Atletico because they counterattack and they set deep. Well, they'd have to make sure they don't concede first. And if you watched Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool, Liverpool should have scored maybe 10 goals, man, before extra time even started. So there is a definite reason to believe, for me personally, that there isn't really that team that can just sit back against us, not concede a goal, and then hit us on the break. And I don't think Napoli can do that effectively, considering they don't really have any real pace. Mertens, he's like one of those quick players that's just not fast. He's 5'4", I can just boop, toke, bow, and he'll die. And Mertens, the same thing. I think I already said Mertens. Who's that other short guy? I think, Insigne. So there's no way Napoli are the team. Their fastest player, I think, is Koulibaly. That's pretty sad because he's center back. But man, to be fair, it means he's fast. So counterattacking doesn't really work. So you're probably thinking, what about Juventus? Cristiano Ronaldo, machine goal. He can control possession with Juventus and just score many goals. Oh, sheesh. No, it's not going to happen. See, the thing is, possession-wise, Bayern Munich are the best team in Europe. Oh my God, the City fans are getting triggered, but Man City, they're fantastic. Pep Guardiola, tiki-taka, octagons, PPs on the pitch. Oh, poo, yeah. 2 balls all over the place. Pride Festival, Sausage Fest. They have players, they're tiki-taka. That's not what possession means, okay? You can't just do this and that's possession, okay? Possession is having the ball. You can't just do this with your hands and that's possession. First of all, get that right. But City have a lot of useless possession, which is actually evident by the fact that they've had so many games this season where they've had like 65, 75, even 80% possession and they win no games, okay? They've lost 10 games. Of course they've won games. I'm just talking about the games they've lost. They've won none of the games they've lost. Seriously though, I think in terms of that and just analyzing it, Bayern are the best possession team in Europe. There's no team that can hold the ball more than us in terms of controlling the tempo. We have temperature, man. We got Fahrenheit and Celsius, okay? The Europeans use Celsius. We use Fahrenheit, okay? So that in that case, Thiago Kimmich, Fahrenheit and Celsius. That's what I call them. We have temperature controllers, man. Tempo. Metrodomes. Players that can move the ball around, pop ball. These players can pop more balls than the Pride Festival. I need to stop. But seriously though, they can do it. Pop more balls than a freaking movie that's not on the legal sites that you should be watching if you're a Christian, Muslim, Buddhism, or whatever other Zim is there. I don't know. But seriously though, I think in terms of possession, there's no team that can pop more ball than us. And Juventus or City would not be able to do that. So for me, I think Juventus is out because Mauricio Sarri ball and his sorrowful football will not work against us, okay? Who's third? Barcelona. But Messi, we have Messi. He's so good, dog. Messi, mi amico, Lionel Messi. Oh my God, mi amor, Lionel Messi. Davies is gonna pocket that mofo, okay? That little dwarf, yeah, he's gonna pocket it, baby. He's getting pocketed. He's gonna go back to Argentina crying. I lost Copa America like twice. I lost World Cup final. Oh, Messi's pretty unlucky, man. The greatest player of all time, but come on. How has his teammates never helped him in a final? But seriously, I think, I wouldn't be scared to play Barcelona with Messi. Because this is the same Barcelona team we're talking about that's drawn a lot of games this season. They're not winning La Liga. You think, oh yeah, they should focus their energy and put all their eggs into the Champions League. That's like, you know what that's like? That's like a farmer. I'm going to put all my eggs in one basket. But he ain't got no chickens. He ain't got no eggs. What do you mean? How is he going to put his eggs in one basket when he ain't got no eggs? He ain't got no chickens to be laying eggs for him. That's the same thing with Barcelona. Saying Barcelona or should not focus on La Liga like they have a choice and focus on the Champions League. It's just so stupid, okay? They ain't got no focus. What are they gonna do to win the Champions League that other teams can't do? You're telling me Alphonso Davies, Lewandowski, Gnabry isn't gonna run riots in terms of or Muller as well, Coman even, and all our players aren't gonna run riot on that Barcelona team and that defense, that midfield? A lot of these games will be won in the midfield, and I think we have the best midfield in the world, especially the 4-2-3-1, the duo there. Muller is the attacking midfielder / Randateur, moving anywhere he wants. We have the best midfield in the world, in my opinion. Kimmich, Goretzka, Thiago. Bro, there's no sauce that comes close to that in the world right now. None. Even Liverpool. Liverpool aren't even about their midfield. They just have a bunch of hard-working farmers in the midfield. No, I'm not saying Liverpool are farmers. Some of you need to take a joke. Seriously, there's no way you can tell me Liverpool, even though they are a good threat and they are a good team, but I don't think in terms of midfield they can combat us. And they're not in the Champions League. Seriously, I don't know. There's no midfielder in Barcelona that I'm looking at and going, oh, he can win that midfield battle. Busquets, bro, this guy couldn't outrun a snail. He's like one of those tractors that you have to move, but you think he should move faster, but it's like that's what Busquets is for me. But it's effective sometimes. Sergio Busquets, I think this season is kind of slowed down. Even De Jong, oh, he's younger than ever. He ain't doing nothing for you. Who's Barcelona's main man though? Oh my God, I haven't texted my Barcelona friend. Oh, he's getting the heat when we win. Oh, I have a few Barcelona friends. They're getting that heat. Oh, they're getting more heat than freaking Dubai. That's what's gonna happen with them than the freaking Saharan desert, bro. Okay, so what's the next thing you say? Okay, Real Madrid and their referee decisions. Can they beat us? Well, we have VAR, and you can always hope that doesn't happen. Oh my God, they happened again. You see Ramos's arm where the captain's thing is in? See how it kind of moves and it's like, the little thing, the logo behind that feels his arm and then it's like his arm. Yeah, I'm a freaking genius, man. I did that on purpose. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Seriously, Real Madrid and their bull crap way of playing, I don't want to say it because I don't want to curse. I don't like cursing. They play football like some... Ramos will dive when he clearly is the one that initiated the tackle. So that's going to be an interesting fight. I think if we were to play Real Madrid, I'd be more scared than I were if we're playing City or Barcelona. Because I know, of course, we have a decent record against Real Madrid. But over the last few years, evidence shows that they have ways of winning things against us and going on to be Champions League winners. They've done it 3 times in the last 7 years? Right, 2018, 2017, and 2014. Well, 2014, they just clapped us up with 5-0. Jeez, I don't even want to think about that game. But seriously, though, Real Madrid are still a threat. And I don't think their BS way of playing would be working against Hansi Flick. Because one of the things Real Madrid do is they make a game mental. They make it really mental. The reason why Real Madrid is one of the only few teams to constantly beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final and even just the knockout stages and even in the league, in their La Liga, it's because they're both really mental teams. I don't get it. They're from the same city. They should be different, but they're the same teams. They play the exact same way. So Real Madrid will make you work for everything. And I think if Bayern would have played Real Madrid, we would work because we're the highest pressing team in Europe. Okay, number 1, Man City. This is probably the one I wanted to talk about the most because City for me are, really weird. a lot of City fans also saying, let's focus on the Champions League. Don't focus on the league, mate. We won't focus on the league. Well, they can't be British because they ain't got no fans. But seriously, I think Man City, for me, a lot of Bayern fans are like, oh, that's scary, De Bruyne. But I get it. They have good players. But there's a reason why they have 10 losses this season. And it's their defense, okay? Pep Guardiola, over the last few years, was basically using Gundogan to cover, not Gundogan, who's that guy's name? The Brazilian bald dude. Basically using that guy, Fernandinho, to cover and paper up the cracks that were at City. Defensively, they've always been suspect. Even with Kompany, they're going to come up with the excuse that Kompany is the reason why they're not good defensively. No, you've never really been that good defensively. You've never really had good defenders. Even Kyle Walker, he's incredibly suspect. But what you don't have now is Fernandinho in form again. You have a 35-year-old Fernandinho, and Rodri hasn't learned the position. City used to do a lot of tactical fouls last season. They won so many games where you think the opposition is there, and Fernandinho comes in, picks up a yellow, first yellow of the game, he won't get sent off, and City win the game because of the tactical fouls and the way they play with Fernandinho. But no Fernandinho. You see what Man United have done to them 3 times this season? Sit back, drop deep. What's going on? Sit back, drop. Wait, I didn't even touch it. Sit back, drop deep, and hit him on the break with pace. We have the pace. We can just move Davies to be a winger, and you terrorize Mendy. You'll terrorize Kyle Walker. Even though Walker himself is fast, he isn't an intelligent defender. I look at Walker, and he don't have the positioning sometimes. He just defends sometimes with his pace rather than his head. He doesn't know how to really tackle and infuse himself in defensive scenarios. And I think that's where our pace can come in. Gnabry, all of a sudden Kingsley Coman becomes 10 times more useful than he has been for Bayern in his entire career. He will become useful. And I think that's where we're at with Man City. They will try to play us and pop ball. They'll probably have more possession than us. But what Hansi Flick will probably do is tell his team, you know what, just reserve your pressing. Of course, we'll press them high when the energy and the adrenaline of the players is high, but relax at some point and then hit them on the break. Because that's how you beat City. It's so easy to beat them sometimes. Sometimes I look at City, I'm like, it's really not that hard to beat y'all. Y'all don't even play and put in. Oh my God, Leicester's losing. Why is Leicester losing 2-1? Oh, Chelsea are going to get top 4. Oh, that's annoying. They were 1-0 up. Oh, whatever. Seriously. What I'm looking at it, how I'm looking at it is basically, why is Leicester, oh my God, Leicester City are so useless, man. How the hell are they losing to, and Chelsea's going to get top 4 unless Leicester manage to at least keep themselves in the fight till the last day of the season, which would mean they get Kai Havertz. And speaking of Man City, I think it will be a fight. They will definitely come out with, a team and ready to play with a formation. They will try to compress the midfield. Why is Leicester losing, man? Come on, you were winning. Oh, they playing with 10 men? Penalty? 67 minutes? What a freaking dumb result, man. Why are you losing? God dang it, man. How are you losing to Bournemouth? They're so useless. They've been crap today. How are you losing to them? At least try and get a draw, please. Oh, that's so annoying, man. Because if Chelsea get top 4, Havertz is definitely going there. And that's where I'm worried. Leicester, why have you been dropping so many points this entire... All you do is drop. You're useless. So, yeah. The City will try to compress the midfield. They probably wouldn't even play with a striker. They'll try to win the midfield battle by having superiority instead of just having technicality or just having better midfielders, because they don't have better midfielders than us. Thiago, Kimmich, they don't have better CDMs than us. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna play De Bruyne as a false 9, and he'll be like a midfielder, and they won't play with a striker, and they'll try to just pop and hold that midfield, and it'll work for the first 15 minutes, and Bayern will catch on. God damn it, I'm so angry right now. You don't know, I'm fuming. I'm actually genuinely annoyed. I'm disgusted. Why? Sucks supporting Leicester. Come on. You were winning 1-0. What happened in me switching on like 7 minutes? I went to Twitter for 1 second and you can't keep a lead. You're so annoying. You were literally like flying. And then the restart and you're losing like 10 games just to get Chelsea in there. So Chelsea are going to lose and now you're going to lose too. God damn it. Mia san mia and peace.